Please forgive me for what I am about to say, Tectone. I do not like Eula. Quick disclaimer. This tier list is entirely based on my own opinion and my taste. If you disagree or have any comments, I would love to hear your opinion. But remember, be respectful. The first character to grace my tier list is Albedo. When Albedo was initially released, I wasn't very impressed, and I thought his kit was very weird. I think his design looks cool in the artworks, but it is lacking in the actual game. His animations are rather boring in my opinion, and his personality isn't to my liking. He became more useful with the Cinnabar spindle weapon, but I still don't really like him. He is not entirely useless though, so I will put him in the C tier. Next up is Aloy. Although her design looks stunning in Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, the same cannot be said here. Her character feels a bit off, and I generally don't like archers. I will point out that I do like her passive talent, which makes hunting a lot easier, as you can sneak up a lot closer to animals without being noticed. However, I do not like this particular unit, and I will place her in the D tier. Amber. Her kit makes no sense, her design is not impressive, and she should have got nerfed a long time ago. Easy D tier for this unit. Then we have the Ice Princess of Inazuma, the beloved Ayaka. When she was first released, I was really hyped for her, but I didn't get her because I was saving for Raiden Shogun. I got her on her rerun banner though, and I love everything about this unit. Her design is amazing, her personality is really precious, and her kit is a lot of fun. She has also proven to be one of the top tier DPS units, which is definitely a big bonus. Easy S tier for Ayaka. Barbara is a highly underrated unit in my opinion. Yes, she doesn't do big damage, but her role is solely a healer. No more, no less. And she is really good at that. I also happen to like her cute design, and her animations is by far the best among the 4 stars so far. She is very niche however, so I cannot give her better than a B tier. Beidou is cool by design, but not a character I enjoy playing. I don't like using claymores as they are kind of clunky and slow-paced in my opinion, and Beidou happens to use it. Her personality is also not to my liking, so I will put her in the C tier. Bennett. Nothing interesting about this character whatsoever. He is good at boosting damage, but that is really all there is to him. Easy D tier. Chongyun is also a very boring unit. Basically a teenager eating popsicles all day. Again, he wields a claymore. This is an easy D tier. The Dark Knight hero, protector of Mondstadt, Diluc, was the most sought-after unit when the game launched. Unfortunately, this unit has been power crept many times over. I like his design, and his personality is mysterious and interesting. His animations looks really cool, but unfortunately for me, he is a claymore user. Please do not cancel me, Tashed. I will put him in the C tier. Diona is a child. What else is there to say? D tier. Please forgive me for what I am about to say, Tectone. I do not like Eula. Not at all actually. Sure, she got a big juicy ass, but it cannot make up for the other things I don't like about her. Her personality is extremely annoying in my opinion. All the talks about etiquette and revenge, yuck. I am not a big fan of her design either, and again, she is a claymore user. This unit is a D tier for me. Next unit on the list is Yanfei. I actually really like her. Her personality isn't very interesting, but she is a lot of fun to play, and her design looks alright. As a 4-star unit, she can actually do some pretty good damage. I love her animations, with the Scarlet Seals, and the thing dropping down with her charged attacks. I will place Yanfei in the B tier. Fischl is a very cool looking unit, but for me it gets overshadowed by her incredibly annoying personality. She is also an archer, which is one of my least favorite weapons to use. Like I said though, her design is cool, and she can do good damage, so I will put her in the C tier. Ganyu is one of the only archers in the game that I actually like. Her design looks very good, her personality is cute, and she does big damage with style. Her burst animation is really satisfying, and her charged shots are insane. Pair her with an Amos bow and Blizzard Strayer artifacts and she will become a god tier damage monster. Easy S tier for Ganyu. Gorou is probably the most insecure general I have ever seen. So much so, that Yae Miko toys with him every time she has the chance. He is also an archer. D tier for this unit. Hu Tao is an awesome unit. I like everything about this character. She is working in a funeral parlor, and yet, she is the most playful character of them all. Her personality is amazing, her design is amazing, and she does incredible damage. I love her animations with the little ghost and the butterflies. Hu Tao is an easy S tier unit. Next up is Arataki Itto. He is probably the only Claymore character that I actually would like to own. He looks really cool, and Max Mittelman has done an amazing job as his voice actor. His burst looks really cool, and he can dish out a lot of damage. His element is Geo, which is one of my least favorite elements, and the time he is not in his burst state, he is just another Claymore unit. Therefore, I will place him in B tier. Kaeya. He is ironically the most rare character in the game if we talk about constellations. He is one of the better starting units in the game, but as you progress he doesn't hold up for long. He is very good at building ice bridges though. However, I am not a big fan of his design, nor am I interested in his personality. D tier for this unit. Kazuha is a great character. His design is gorgeous and his personality is calm and collected. He boosts elemental damage like a champ, and does amazing swirl damage. Easy S tier. Keqing was my first 5-star character, and I used her as my main DPS for a long time. She has a beautiful design, and her personality is alright. However, her playstyle is where she really shines in my opinion. She can teleport into the air with her elemental skill, and her burst is very satisfying. Overall, her kit is a lot of fun, but unfortunately, it gets overshadowed by her underwhelming damage. She simply isn't good enough for Spiral Abyss challenges. She will get A tier. Klee is a child. Another D tier. Kokomi is an easy D tier for me. Her design is mediocre, and I don't really like her character. Lisa is really sus. Look up her voice lines or try climbing with her, and you will understand. Her design is cool, but her kit has certain issues. I love her normal attack animations, but her elemental skill takes forever to reach max range, which makes her an easy target for enemies. Lisa has the looks, but she isn't very useful. She will get C tier. Mona is an amazing character in my opinion. I love her design a lot, and her personality is great. Her animations are cool, and she can do insane amounts of damage with her burst. She can also taunt enemies with her Phantom of Fate, which applies wet status on enemies, which is useful in freeze team compositions. Her sprint can sometimes be a bit clunky, but overall, Mona is an easy S tier unit. Ningguang has an amazing design, but I think her personality is a bit boring, and she isn't very fun to play. Her elemental skill is really weird, and her playstyle never really stood out to me. I can't put her higher than C tier. Noelle was the 4-star character I invested most resources into when I first started playing the game. In the early game she was great, as she was my only Claymore user, and Claymores typically has higher base attack. But as I progressed I stopped using her because it just isn't good enough for endgame. Her design is very boring, and her personality is also not really interesting. Her best trait is her burst, which makes her Claymore huge. That's not nearly enough for me though. D tier for Noelle. Jean is a very balanced character in my opinion. She is by no means God tier, but what she does at an acceptable level. She can instantly heal the entire party with her bursts while also dealing good damage, and she can be good as both physical and elemental DPS. Jean is probably the best suited character for solo team gameplay. Yes, I am looking at you two on toe. Anyway, her design and animations looks good, but nothing extraordinary. I will say, however, that her newest outfit looks really great. She isn't S tier though, but a solid A tier unit. Qiqi sucks. Thank you. Next. Razor is a cool looking character, but his personality is too primal for my taste. He is also a Claymore user, so not for me. I will say though, his burst animation is awesome. Razor will get a C tier from me. Rosaria is really cool. I like her design with fishnet and big milkers, but her personality isn't for me. I like her playstyle, fast-paced with polearm, and getting behind the enemies. She doesn't do great damage though, at least not the way I have built her so far. I will place Rosaria in B tier. Kujou Sara is one of the 4-star characters I've been most hyped about. She looks amazing, and her kit is perfectly made to complement Raiden Shogun. Her personality is great. She is basically a Raiden Shogun simp. The only bad thing I have to say about this unit is that she is an archer, and that her elemental skill doesn't function properly. Therefore, she will get A tier. Sayu is a child. Again, D tier. I don't like these type of characters. Shenhe is a character I don't really know too much about, other than her boosting cryo damage. Her character model looks great, with her nice curvy thighs. It is hilarious that she is the aunt of Chongyun. She looks 10 times better. Even if Shenhe looks cool, she never stood out to me, so I will place her in the C tier. Raiden Shogun. She is my absolute favorite character in the entire game. I started saving for her since version 1.5 and got her to C2 on her first banner. Then I saved the entire time between her first and her rerun banner, and got all remaining constellations. She is my definition of a perfect character. Her design is flawless. Her elemental skill is very useful. Her burst is absolutely insane, and animations looks gorgeous. Her story is very interesting, and it made me really emotional. She is dangerous and mysterious, yet underneath lies a much softer personality. You may call me a Raiden Shogun simp, but she deserves a tier of her own in my opinion. The easiest S tier of all Genshin characters if you ask me. Sucrose is one of the most fun 4 stars to use in my opinion, and she can do many things similar to Venti. Her design is decent at best, and her personality isn't too interesting. But her elemental skill and burst are super fun to use. As a 4-star unit, Sucrose does very good damage. I will place her in A tier. Child, Tartaglia, Tortilla? Doesn't really matter. I do not like this character. He is incredibly annoying. I do not like his design either, so he is an easy D tier for me. Thoma is basically the Inazuma version of Child, with a friendlier personality. I do not like his look. I do not like his kit. His personality is his best trait in my opinion, but just as Child, Thoma is a D tier unit for me. Venti is a very good character for Spiral Abyss. His burst makes most common enemies vanish without a trace. However, it doesn't work very well with bigger enemies. His design is a bit misleading, as I was convinced he was a girl when I started playing the game. I am not a fan of his design, and his personality is really annoying. He is usually drunk, and always makes others do tasks for him, so I will place him in B tier. Xiangling is perhaps one of the best 4-star characters in the entire game. Give her a good amount of energy recharge, and her Piranado will do wonders. I also like her design, and she has a cute personality. She is a master chef, so definitely waifu material there. She can't compete with the S tier characters, but she is a very solid A tier. Xiao is a very strong character. I like his design, and his story as a yaksha is very interesting. However, his gameplay is very repetitive, as you basically jump up and down during his burst period. He is a very solid A tier unit, but due to his gameplay, I can't place him in the S tier. Qiqi, or Water Dude, as Moga calls him, is a terrible looking character in my opinion. Sure, he might be meta and do good damage, but there is absolutely nothing I find interesting about this character whatsoever. Easy D tier unit for me. Shenhe. This character has a cool design, but her personality is extremely cringe. It is absolutely terrible. I can't take anything she says seriously. Pair that with the Claymore, and you got yourself a good D tier recipe in my universe. Miko is absolutely amazing. She is my second favorite character after Raiden Shogun. Her design is perfect, and her personality is so playful. She is cunning, and likes to tease people. She has great social dynamics with several characters. Her playstyle is a lot of fun, and she can do some enormous damage when built correctly. She is an easy S tier. Yae Miko. I do not like this character. She has a really sweet personality, but her design doesn't work for me, and she is an archer. This is a D tier for me. Yunjin does not appeal to me either. Her design is a little weird, and she is a Geo Element user. Overall, this character has little to offer according to my taste. It will be D tier for Yunjin. Finally, the ultimate Geo Daddy you've all been waiting for. Big Dongshang, also known as the consultant in the Wangsheng funeral parlor. Also known as Rex Lapis, or Morex. Mr. Xiangling is perhaps the most broken character in the entire game. His shield is in fact so good, that Hoyoverse had to make enemies that bypass shields. If you get Xiangling, you have basically won the game. His design is perfect, his English voice actor amazing, and his personality is very interesting. Easy S tier. Kamisato Ayato. He has a very elegant design, which perfectly resembles his elegant personality. His elemental skill is extremely satisfying to use, and Ayato does very good damage. Easy S tier unit. Kuki Shinobu is actually one of the few 4-star characters I've been genuinely excited for lately. I think her design looks really cool, and her animations looks really cool. She will also be the very first electro healer, so I'm looking forward to getting her soon. For now, purely based on design, I will place her in a B tier. That might change when she is released. Yellen does not appeal to me at all. Yes, she got some big milkers, but I don't like her design regardless. This is a D tier for me. Now I will quickly rearrange the orders within each tier, so it matches my taste more accurately. And here is my final tier list. If you have any thoughts, leave a comment in the comments section. I would love to hear your opinion. If you like this video, smash that like button to help my channel grow. And if you want to see more Genshin content, subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I post a new video. That's all, folks. See you in the next one. Peace.